Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're showing off this G1 Onslaught that I built out of Lego. So here's Onslaught in his vehicle mode, and I don't really like how he looks. I think that he could probably look a bit better, but I had to sacrifice a few things to make him combine and transform. So that's why he's missing a few wheels, I guess in this waist section, and also there's a giant gap going through the top of the vehicle mode because of his legs. But overall, I think it looks okay, but it's probably not my best work. It kind of has articulation in this mode. The turret in the back can rotate because it's attached on a stud, and also the two barrels of the turret can rotate up and down, but sometimes they detach if you rotate them too far. They can also rotate individually if you want, but they're both attached to the same bar. But yeah, that's his vehicle mode. There isn't really a lot going on. It's basically just a brick. For size comparisons, here it is with Swindled and Brawled, so that's how he scales with two other combaticons. I think he scales well with Brawl, but he doesn't scale very well with Swindle, just because I think that, like, the cab of this section and Swindle are supposed to be about the same size in real life. Even though this isn't actually a real vehicle in real life. But yeah, that's about it for size comparisons. So to transform Onslaught into his combined mode, the first thing that you want to do is take this turret section and slide the two barrels outward like this. So just slide them out on the bar that they're attached to. After you've done that, you want to take the whole turret section and rotate it around and just leave it like that for Bruticus's backpack. After that, you want to extend the shoulders on the arms and rotate them out. And then you want to bend the elbows, Onslaught's elbows, and rotate them up on the shoulders again. So they're like this, and then put the elbows back down. And then in the front, you want to rotate down this panel, and then take this hand section and rotate it inward like this. Now, this isn't really a legal technique, but I think it works fine if you just force the hand around. So just rotate this up and then compress the shoulder, and that's one side of Bruticus's torso done. So for the other side, you just want to extend this, rotate the elbow, rotate it up, and then rotate the shoulder down. Compress the shoulder, rotate the panel down, rotate the hand in on an illegal technique, and then compress this, and then rotate the panel back up. So there's both sides of Onslaught's lower torso done. For his upper torso, you just want to rotate these sections down, or I guess rotate his feet down, and then just rotate this whole section down, and it'll all hold everything into place. And then do the same on the other side, so compress the foot like you did on the other one, so just compress it like this. And then rotate it down on this hinge, and then there's the base torso of Bruticus done, so I guess that you can just kind of put it down like that. After that, you want to bring in the chest plate. You want to bring in Bruticus' chest plate, and this will attach to these 6 studs up here on Onslaught, so this will just attach like this. So just kind of clip it on like that. And then after that, you want to bring in his head, so these 2 studs on the bottom of the base of his head will attach to these 2 anti-studs up here. So just attach this like this, and then there's most of Bruticus' combined mode done. So after that, for his legs, you just want to bring in this whole leg section with the ball joints, and this stud will attach to Onslaught's head, so this will just attach on like this. They attach, it's kind of loose, but I think it mostly holds on fine, and then you can just sit down Bruticus' torso like that. So I guess there's Onslaught in his combined mode. So here's Onslaught in his torso mode, and I mostly like how it turned out. I based it off his cartoon model, so that's why some of the shaping down here in the waist is the way that it is. But I don't think the colors are right, so that's why all of his extra parts are grayed. But yeah, I guess he kind of has some articulation in this mode. The head can rotate on a stud. The hips are on ball joints, so they can rotate everywhere that a ball joint can. The waist is on a stud, so it can rotate probably 360 degrees, and then these back turret sections can rotate up and down because they the same way that they did in every other mode. But yeah, that's about it for his torso mode. I didn't really base his transformation off any specific Bruticus, just because I wanted Onslaught to scale well with the rest of the combaticons. So that's why he uses a bunch of extra parts and his legs transform the way that they do. But yeah. So to transform Onslaught into his robot mode, the first thing that you want to do is remove the torso, or actually just want to remove the legs, so just take them off. They're pretty loose. And then after that, you want to remove the head, so just rotate these sections down, and then detach the head, just kind of by popping it off. And then after that, you want to pop off the chest plate as well, so just pull it off like that. And then just kind of make sure that everything stays together. So after that, to transform him into the robot mode, the first thing that you want to do is just rotate the legs down on these hinges, and then put the feet back to where the way that they were in the vehicle mode. So just rotate these back like this. And then there's Onslaught's legs done. So after that, you can rotate the arms forward, and then rotate the turret around, and then slide the barrels of the turret inward back to the way that they were in the vehicle mode as well. And then just rotate them back up flat against his back. After that, you can take the arms and rotate them back down, and make sure that they're tight enough that they'll stay up. And then just take the side panels and rotate the hands back to the way that they were earlier. So just rotate these back down, and then rotate the hand back down. So just rotate the panel back up, rotate the hand down, and then rotate the panel back down. And then there's Onslaught in his robot mode, so you can just stand him up like that. So here's Onslaught in his robot mode, and I'm mostly happy with how he turned out. I think compared to some of my other Transformers, he isn't as cartoon accurate, but I think he looks okay as an Onslaught. I kind of based his design off his cartoon model, but I think he kind of ended up proportionally looking a bit more like the Iron Factory version. But I think that it works fine enough for an Onslaught. I guess also, I tried to make him as clean as possible, but he still has a few studs sticking out on his robot mode just because of his combined mode. But I think that they're easy enough to ignore. Also, a few of his parts didn't come in the right colors, so that's why some of his parts are gray or black. So, yeah, that's the robot mode. For accessories, he has his gun, so he can just hold it like all my other guns. So he can just clip it onto his hand like that. So I guess there's Onslaught with his gun. It's his only accessory unless you count his combiner mode parts. And then for articulation, his head can rotate on an anti-stud. The whole thing's built upside down. The shoulders can rotate 360 degrees on these bars because of how they transform. They can also rotate up and down about 9 degrees. The elbows can bend 9 degrees from how they're built, and then the shoulders can also rotate probably 180 degrees outward. No, but they're not really supposed to rotate outward all the way. No, but that's about it for his arm articulation. For his backpack, the turrets at the back can still rotate up and down from the vehicle mode, and then also the turret can still rotate. The hips can kick forward about 90 degrees. They can kick back about half as much because of the backpack. The shoulders can rotate out, or the hips can rotate outward about as much as all my other Transformers. And then the knees can bend 90 degrees. And then also the feet can rotate on studs because of how he transforms. But that's about it for his articulation. So I think he's got pretty decent articulation. You can probably get him into some decent poses. But I think it's pretty normal. I like that he has foot articulation. For size comparisons, here he is with Brawl and Swindle, so I guess that's what he looks like with two other combaticons. So I'll just bring him in at the sides. So I think that he scales well enough with both of them, but I think that Swindle could be a bit shorter. But I think that overall they all look decent together, so I'll just get him out of the way. But yeah, that's about it for Onslaught's robot mode. But that's about it for Onslaught. Out of all my combaticons, he's probably my least favorite just because his all mode's not very good. I don't really like the way that it looks, but I still do like the way that his robot mode and his combined mode look. I also don't really like that some of his parts aren't in the right colors, and also that he has so many exposed studs, but he kind of needs them to work. But yeah, I guess here he's in a pointing pose just to show that he can pose. And that's about it for this video. Bye.